Hey everyone, how you doing today? We are going to talk today with Matt about how to write the best offer. He's going to share with you a deal that he just got done, got accepted in contract, and he
Yeah,
wasn't the highest price. That's
was not.
unheard of today. So, Matt, welcome back to the show. Topic number 3.
Excited to be here, Mike. Yeah, I think one of the things that you and I talk about a lot is, especially in this market, is it's got to be an off-market deal because otherwise there's, it's chum in the water.
Yeah.
But believe it or not, the last two deals that I've done were market deals.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, they were just it all came down to knowing my market, knowing the numbers in my market, and being able to project things out. And so I still, even if I wasn't intending to buy this house, I still had to look at it. I
Mhm.
still had to go see it, touch it, feel it, because I wanted to see what it would go for.
Yeah.
And then make that decision of, is this something that's worth it for me? And I think that when you're doing like what you talk about, that 10 to 20 minutes a day, I'm the same way.
Mhm.
I probably spend more time than I should, but I still spend a half hour a day
Okay.
looking at my market, seeing what stuff closed, what stuff, is coming on market. But I think with this particular deal, I had done the numbers and I just said, I think it's priced in a range where it's something I can still buy because I think the numbers work.
Yeah.
And so it's a
Well,
duplex.
before we go there,
Yeah,
let's hit
yeah,
this
sure.
again because I think I want people to realize, right? We have been talking about, at least I've been talking about, is I think 2021 is going to be different than 2020.
I agree.
2020 was the land of no inventory, crazy
Correct.
demand. It was just odd. It was hard,
Yep.
underscore hard, capitalize, italics, hard to buy out of the MLS last year. I believe 2021 is we're going to crack it. It's going to, inventory is rising. Inventory, everybody I've talked to so far, inventory is rising. Now,
Yep.
a lot of people hear me say that and they go, well, prices aren't dropping. I'm like, no shit,
They
dumbass.
don't start there.
They don't start that way, right? Inventory rises, days on market rise, some stuff still sells, and then 30, 45, 60 days later, the owner starts beating up the realtor, says, why is mine not selling? And then
Yep.
the realtor goes, yours isn't perfect. This
Yeah.
is this is where it begins, folks. So it starts with inventory. So I just wanted to get that in there.
No, you're dead on. I mean, we talked about it just before the call started, and I told you, we actually had inventory in what's called multifamily, which is just anything that's not single family. So duplexes, triplexes, quads. We literally had inventory double in a week.
There
We
you
went
go.
from 2 to 4, but
Yeah,
that's still
still a
double.
double. Yeah. I mean, you want to talk percentages, it's 100%. And that's
Exactly.
that's within a 7-day period. So it's
Yeah, and that's and
double.
then, and so to that end, looking at those deals, obviously still an inventory issue on our side. I know Vegas had the same thing. I'm watching Vegas much like you are. I'm very interested in Vegas. And they've got the lowest inventory. Their numbers just came out, the lowest inventory that they've ever had.
I saw that. Just
Ever.
nutty.
Un Like Mike,
I would have lost a lot of money if
it's
I were to take
GameStop.
that bet. Yeah,
It's GameStop. It's GameStop. So it's just crazy. So
crazy.
I'm looking at this and I look at this deal and I like the deal. And so we go in and, it was Mike, it was everything that you're hearing in these crazy markets. It was, 35 showings on Saturday. I was one of 35.
Wow.
Um, I actually did something I rarely do, which is we actually made a full price offer sight unseen and just said, I'll give you, because the numbers really truly worked that well for us. I knew exactly where it was. I knew exactly the neighborhood. I mean, dialed in. I know exactly what this
Yeah.
thing is.
You learn the market, do your work. There you go.
That's right. Learned the market, did my work. We went through the process, walked it. We got into both sides. It was a duplex. And I just came away and I said, yeah, like we just wanted to, when we had the very personal conversation with the listing agent and said, we want to be on this. We know that we can do the seller right. And we know that we can give them a deal. So I said to her, I said something that, again, I rarely say, but I said, you guys write the offer to me. I've already given you a full price offer. You didn't counter. You guys write the offer to me with what's most important to you.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. So did you give her some, I mean, listing agents don't generally hear that.
Yeah. I gave her no parameters. I said, you guys write the offer to me. And I said, because you didn't counter my offer.
Yeah.
And I said, so I know we're starting above list price. I said, but you write the offer to me with the terms and rank the terms as they're most important to you.
Okay.
How quickly you want to close? Is it going to be cash? That sort of thing. Right.
Right.
So you write the offer to me. And she
That's
said,
interesting.
yeah. She said, okay.
Well, that's interesting. That does a couple of things. So first off, I've been doing this a long time. I've never done that, but I'm going to add that trick to my bag of tricks.
Feel
So
free. Yeah.
thank
It's
you.
awesome. I loved it.
Second, you jumped to the front of the line. No matter
I did.
where you were in the listing of 35 offers, you're now first.
Yes, I was.
Nobody else does that.
Yep.
So the owner is going to hear that, and they're going to know you. They know your reputation. You're a serious buyer. You own other stuff. So they're not like you're not some nobody coming
That's
out of
right.
nowhere, right? So you've got that for you. But then you kind of just go, okay, what's most important? And it could have been price. Doesn't sound like it was. It could have been no inspections. It could have been no appraisal contingencies. It could have been this, could have been that, could have been this, could have been that. That is so fascinating to jump to the front of the line. Good. That's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It's, hey, it seemed like a good idea at the time. And thank God it worked out. But they came back to us and they were very, one of the things that I just felt with this broker was she was very honest. And when she communicated back to my broker, she just said, hey, the thing that's most important to us is that we have the cleanest deal. We don't want to have to go through inspections. We don't want to have to go through financing. We don't want to have to go through. We don't want to have to go through. We don't want to have to go through.
Right.
And they said, so we're willing. And she was brilliant in how she did this. She said, we don't want to leave a lot of money on the table, but we will leave some money on the table.
Exactly.
And she said, because we just, most importantly to us, we want a cleaner deal.
Did they also say fast? Because you can do, is it clean and fast? Like 2 weeks, or was they comfortable with the loan?
Not fast. They wanted slow.
Really? See?
They wanted slow. So they originally came. So that's the thing is you and I write these deals and we're like, we've done this 150 times.
Exactly.
And you think you know what that person wants and you have no idea. I literally said to my broker, I go, that's what they want? Like, okay.
Yeah, sure.
You know, he came back to me and said, hey, they want a lease back. And I was like, no, I don't want to do a lease back because of everything that's going on.
Yeah, right.
PDP
Exactly.
everything else.
No thanks.
I said, but what I will do is I will elongate the closing date. So we went 60 days.
Sure.
And I said, and because we're willing to do that, I will get you a free dumpster for you to throw out all your stuff.
There you go.
And so it was just, yeah, I mean, I love the deal because it met all of their needs, which was time frame of 60 days. We ended up only 4% over ask.
Oh, there you go.
So plenty reasonable.
Where do you think the highest number was? Do you think it was 10, 15% over ask?
It was, if I had to guess based on the I hung out like a, hobo when everybody was walking through it, just listening to conversation. Cause yeah, that's what I did.
Yeah.
And I heard, 15. So I heard 15%. I heard 10 to 15% from a couple of people.
Wow. Yeah. That's what I would have guessed in this market. And again, so a couple of things you said there. A lot of people come into this, and I've made this mistake many times, and you assume speed wins. Sometimes speed doesn't win.
Speed almost, literally, sometimes speed kills. I did a deal where I offered them 14 days, and they literally went into a hissy fit. I can't believe you're going to make us move in 14 days. Whoa. Not make anything.
Yeah.
Help you. I thought you wanted out.
Yeah. That's what you said. No. Well, not that fast.
They came back and they wanted 90 days.
Go figure.
Yes. Okay. Sounds awesome.
Yeah. 90 days.
Go find another one. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So again, I think that people make assumptions that they know exactly what they want. If you really want something, if you work the numbers, because at the end of the day, if she wrote that offer and she came back to me and there was something about it I didn't like,
yeah,
I could have always countered.
Yeah, exactly. And the beauty of that strategy is you've just, like I said, you jumped to the front of the line, because she could have come back and said she wanted all these things and 15 points over.
That's right.
And you'd have been like, nope, no deal. I'm out. Go next. I mean, no, exactly. You had control is what
That's
happened.
right. That's right. And at the end of the day too, you look at the numbers, you look at, what's that difference cost? So an extra $10,000 in cost on that property is going to cost me what? A couple $100, not 20, even 26 bucks, 28 bucks.
Yeah. Something like that.
A month. Like it's nothing. So at the end of the day, I was thrilled that I could give them a deal that they felt really good about, that they didn't have to worry about inspections. They didn't have to worry about, going through the process of financing and appraisals and the duration that takes when you add an appraiser into the game. Yeah. They didn't have to go through all that. Now, in full disclosure, I 10 years ago me wants to punch now's me in the face.
Why is
Because
that?
those were the deals that I was losing 10 years ago.
Yeah.
I was losing deals to a guy like me that said, write your own offer. I mean, I assume that's what they said or something much like that.
Oh yeah.
But that they could write a check and close in 14 days after, or 10 days after title.
Exactly.
That's
funny.
And so, yeah, so I'm super happy that it worked out for them. I'm thrilled that I got the property, but I'm so super happy it worked out for them because I know that from this transaction, you talk sometimes about, that win-win relationship.
Yeah.
This was perfect for them. They got everything they asked for.
That's what I was just thinking. I was going to close with that. The beauty to an offer is you come in and you create where you are both happy.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
That's the key. And this is just a magical way. And full disclosure, I'm adding this to my bag of tricks for that next house I just want. Thanks, buddy. This has been a lot of fun today. I appreciate you.
Anytime. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate you.
Yep.